announcement that millions of families have been dreading. A few minutes ago, Ofgem confirmed the new energy price cap. And Martin, is worse than we expected, isn't it?
Marginally worse, yes. So the new energy price cap is on the 1st of April will be rising 54%. So what you pay and half again if you're currently on the price cap. Now, of course, the price cap applies to anyone who's never switched tariff, anyone whose fixes end and that they haven't done anything, which is what most people haven't been doing because there are no cheap deals. There's nothing meaningfully cheaper than the price cap. And anyone whose firm has gone bust and they've automatically been moved to a new company in the last 6 months or so. So it's about 22 million homes. Now, the price cap is actually misnamed. It is not a cap on the total price you pay. There is no cap on what you pay. It's actually a cap on the standing charge and the unit rates for gas and electricity. I'm still waiting for those details. They don't often put them out. I have them for the current cap, not for the new cap. What I can give you, though, is for someone on typical use, this is what's happening. The price cap until the 1st of April is £1,277. From the 1st of April, it will be £1,971, a rise of £693 for someone on typical use, and that lasts till the 1st of October, when I'm afraid I expect it to rise again. Now, of course, if you use more, your cap will be higher. You use less, your cap will be lower. For those on prepayment meters, it's currently £1,309 and it's going up to £2,017, a rise of just over £700. If you're sitting there thinking, oh, darn it, or perhaps more appropriate words that I'm not allowed to say on the television, this is catastrophic and disastrous for people's bills. It is a cost of living crisis, which is why what we're waiting for now is what the Chancellor will announce at 11:30 for how the hell so many people are going to they're not going to be able to afford it and what on earth they're going to do to help them, because help is desperately needed. I've been calling on this since June last year. We knew this was coming. We didn't know quite how big until the last few months, but, you know, this is not unexpected. The government has to pull its finger out, and that's what we need to hear. I've, of course, got the Chancellor on my show tonight at 8:30. I will be analysing the price cap to see what people should be doing, whether they should stick on it or whether they should fix. I've got all that work to do. I can't answer it right now, but I'll be going through it in detail on my show at 8:30 tonight and whatever the Chancellor announces.
And how much do you think, it might be an impossible question to answer, but how much do you think he will help? Out of that £700, what are you expecting? What are you hoping?
Well, I think the Chancellor has two things he needs to do. Or certainly what I would do if I were Chancellor. First of all, you have to help the vulnerable, or they will be choosing between freezing and starving, and that is not an exaggeration, which is why I've been calling on this. It's why I've donated money to energy places myself, in order to be able to hopefully help support those people who will be in desperate need. But also, politically, what the Chancellor has to remember is if he helps the 6 million people who will likely move into fuel poverty because of this, 6 million people who'll pay more than 10% on energy bills, that's what fuel poverty is defined as, then you'll also have those in the squeezed middle who are electorally important for the government in the red wall seats and the squeezed middle, who will be going, well, you've helped the people at the bottom end, I work hard, I can't afford this means I can't go on holiday, this means we're struggling, are you going to help me? So I think he's got to do two things. One, he's got to put deep pockets in for the people with the least, but he also has to try and not cut this hike somehow for the vast majority of the country. And I'd be expecting to see, probably they've talked about this, giving people a loan now to cut bills around £200 and then paying it back later, giving a loan through the energy firms. I'm also expecting to see either the warm home discount or perhaps something on council tax, as I was predicting this morning, discounts there to try and get people money off. I don't think he'll cover all the 700 quid. Can't see that happening, but I think he might cover some of it.
This is, you know, you've still got to pay it back at some point, though, and some of these families are really struggling. It's a global issue, this. However, and this is quite a bitter pill to swallow, oil and gas companies have handed shareholders almost $200 billion since 2010. Is that profits? How are they profiting if this is a global crisis?
Well, I mean, you've got to remember this started last August, so a lot of those profit figures are money made before we got into the current energy crisis. And let's remember, we have seen a raft of energy firms go bust. The price cap that we are currently on is artificially low. Energy prices are massively higher. That's why the new price cap is reflecting them. And we've had the protection of the price cap since last October, which is why so many firms have gone bust, because they've been forced to sell energy at substantially below cost. Who's making money out of this? Well, the countries who control the gas, the people who build the pipelines, the big speculator companies who've been buying ahead and doing trading based on the back of gas and electricity. Some of the firms making money are the same firms as the one who supply to us, but it's not their arms supplying to us that have been making the money. It's the arms that deal in the gas and electricity market, and this is an international issue. But yes, they have made lots of profits. Years ago, let's be plain, years ago, what we as a nation did in those big privatisation moments is we sold our energy companies to the stock market in return for cash going to the government. And we, at that point, made a definition that said the job of energy firms is not to keep us warm, it's to make money for shareholders. And they do that by providing energy. And they do that, they make money for shareholders by making profits. And that is a market-based solution. What we now have is a market so perverse, so extraordinarily perverse, that we effectively have regulated pricing because there are no prices cheaper than the price cap,
Martin,
and no one will put prices cheaper than the price cap.
We'll be continuing to talk about this.
I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, I bet. Listen, you've got a very busy day. Good luck with your show tonight. Thank you for now.
Thank you.